Hey everyone, got a bit of a different one for you again today.
Yeah, definitely. We're down at Touring Car Masters and we're checking out a few good cars, and we've got a few more that we're going to be checking out on Saturday.
That's it.
So we'll be back down here as well.
Yeah, we didn't even expect this, but we didn't even know Sandown was on this weekend that we're here in Melbourne. So we're very lucky to have been invited in today to have a little sneak peek. And then we'll be back again on Saturday to see a little bit more.
Yeah, and have a look at another A9X that's going to be racing as well, and it's going to be all stick it up.
That's it.
It's racing around the park the other day at Holden Park. So,
and apparently there's going to be a great Aussie legend behind the wheel.
100%. So for us, it's going to be amazing. So we're going to have fun. But look, can't wait.
Yep, that's it. So anyway, we'll go have a look around and let you know.
Yeah, definitely. Hey everyone, it's Phil from Aussie Garage, and we're down here in the pits at the moment, ready to go for the races this weekend. Now, Gary, you got this beautiful car behind you, mate. So tell us a little bit about this, because this is starting to get all prepared now.
Yeah, well, basically, it's a second VB Commodore for the category. Hasn't turned the wheel yet, so we're still not behind the 8 ball. We've had a few little issues, but we just wish we had a bit more time.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone's going pretty good. Guys, a great group of young people that have built this car.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So, and when's this one supposed to race? Tomorrow? Or is it?
Yeah, 9:20 tomorrow.
Wow, so straight up. Yep.
Maiden void. So hopefully we can go and give it a test to Sabo out colder.
Yep.
And you know, just go over it.
Okay, great.
And then yeah, it should be pretty right.
Yeah.
We've done a couple before.
Yeah. Now, you've been doing like a bit of a mentoring with younger people when it comes to this. So tell us about that side of things, because I think that's really good, having younger people get into this kind of system and learn what they need to do.
Yeah. Probably 10 years ago, I had a young fellow knock on my door. Will now, he's running basically our race shop engineering and all that.
Perfect.
But what I found, when you get a good young bloke that's interested, it's easy to do the job.
Yeah.
And he was a typical kid for a little while, and then he decided all that stuff probably ain't going to amount to much.
Yeah, yeah.
So he got off his phone a bit and started to focus on what we were doing.
Yep.
And 10 years later, you know, he's like a well-skilled young man. So along the way, we collected one or two other guys with a bit of enthusiasm. So our younger crew basically made most of this car.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously our experience tells them what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
We conduct the band, so to speak.
Yep.
But the guys have basically, in the last week, have been working, you know, till 2 in the morning and all the rest.
Yeah, just trying to get it all done.
I just said welcome to the race world.
Yeah.
But they're very excited to have a go. So I've got a young team running this car this weekend.
Okay,
and the guy that did most of the fabby and bit of body and all the rest of it, he's been on the journey for about 5 years with us.
Yeah, nice.
So he's put his headset on. It's the first time he's run a car team, but we'll coach him through that.
Perfect.
And he's got one of our other seasoned mechanics helping him.
Okay.
And young Mick.
That's good.
I think it's important to encourage these people to say, look, you don't have to just stay there and be told what to do. You can step up to the plate.
Definitely.
And have a go. So if you reckon you can do a job, put your hand up and say, hey mate, give me a go.
And I think that's perfect, because look, it does encourage people to step out of that little comfort zone they're in and do something which they might not have expected to. Plus, you know, at the end of the day, this kind of stuff will keep them out of trouble, because they've got no money to spend on anything else if they're doing stuff like this.
Exactly, and they get away from all that distraction of all the silliness.
Yeah.
And I've met people from all walks of life, and no disrespect to some guys that hover down here and do drugs and silly things and in trouble with the law.
Yep.
I mean, if they just got out of that hole and got a real job, and all these things take time, but people want it now.
Yeah, okay.
So Steve was a barista, believe it or not.
Oh, fair enough.
He never touched a car, hardly. He always wanted to work on cars. And he would come to us with no skill, but he had the right attitude.
Yeah.
5 years later, he's running a car in a national competition.
Yeah, and that's perfect, you know.
And he's
absolutely
just
perfect.
chuffed, you know. And
You were telling us your boys, they just finished at the track at Coulter and they were just beaming from ear to ear. I mean, must be a great experience for them.
Yeah, it was. Now, we took some of our staff down to Coulter that had painted these cars, worked on the weekends and that, and they went for a ride in a couple of the cars.
Nice.
Absolutely loved it, and you know, they understand the effort and the passion now.
Yep.
But the whole thing is though that this stuff isn't learnt overnight, and it takes years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Will, our team leader now, he's been at it 10 years, and basically I'm stepping back now.
Okay. Yeah.
And he'll be running, you know, be overseeing both cars. But he'll be running John Bow this weekend.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and he ran John in the last season that we had John in our four-door car.
Okay.
And he learnt a lot.
Nice.
Come second in the championship. We had a failed rain light at Bathurst.
Oh, yep.
So that was a DNF. They wouldn't let us back out without the rain light. And,
okay.
So we couldn't fix that in a hurry, so this hatchback we've just built has got a lot of innovation in it, and it's very easy to work on.
Yeah, and I saw a bit of an article on that came up on my Facebook feed today, and oh wow, like that kind of thing. So it was interesting to see. So, so what is that other car that you're running? I know you said it's a hatch.
Yeah, it's a LX 77 A9X car.
Nice.
And yeah, it's the first TCM car that's got a lot of innovation, safety. Safety's paramount. Crash zones. It's got composite sides.
Okay, great.
A lot of people are going to talk about that as well, but I want to, after this weekend, touch on none of the cars get a scratch on them.
Yeah.
But I want to explain the thinking and the theory behind it all.
Yeah.
Because the Toranas now, as you know, getting the restoration parts is difficult.
Oh yes.
So we decided to make our rad supports and it's all modular. So if you tear a corner off at the mudguard, we just make all that stuff at work. We just bolt it on. Yeah, if you're organised, you'll have a complete front clip. And,
nice.
Yeah, we had the crash zones halfway back into the rails, and the back's got a big beam across the back and crash zone in the back.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, the doors have been upgraded to impact foam in them instead of aluminium honeycomb.
Okay, nice.
Things like that. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and hopefully it'll be a lot easier for the panel people that are running Toranas to service and look after. So we're hoping we convert all these guys when they get bumped.
Yeah,
to have our fronts on them.
Nice, and that's good because like what you said about that will intertwine with your normal everyday kind of business and things like that. Like you said, if you can't find the parts, you're making it.
Yes.
So, and a lot of stuff is hard to get these days for these older cars because not everything fits and not everything fits well, or you just can't get it at all.
Yeah, so we had to be creative over the years, and my background, back in my day, you couldn't buy a lot of stuff. You had to make it.
Yeah.
Or recycle it, or go to the tip and find something and turn it into something.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was really blessed. I had great tradesmen, gave me half a brain to think with and how to work around problems. So I've shared that with this group of young blokes.
Yeah.
And my 50 years now, I've given them all the good bits.
Yeah.
And
now it's for them to take the reins and
you condense it into a smaller package and give them stuff that's relevant. And they can do lots of good things, these young blokes.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's a magnificent idea what you've got with mentoring, get them up to that kind of level, and then letting them run for it, because then, they could be the next guys that continue this on or start their own crew later on in life and everything. Yeah,
they have to, because the skills that I've got, people don't have these days.
Yeah.
And we want to keep the trade alive, and there's so many muscle cars around now that need fixing.
Yes.
And when they get into a crash, and a lot of people get a bit stuck and modern shops can't handle it.
Yeah.
We've got to get in a position where, okay, what are we going to do?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so no, I think that's brilliant, mate. And look, I know you guys are flat out, and I know you got to run off and get other stuff done. So we're going to come back on Saturday morning and check up on how you're doing, and then hopefully we stop in and hopefully we see both cars all ready to go by then.
I'll give you a little tour over the A9X.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, definitely. No, I appreciate it, Gary. Thanks for your time, mate.
No worries. Thank you, Phil. Thanks
Awesome,
for popping
buddy.
in.
Yeah, will do.
We'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, definitely.
Harry's weaving his magic. Hopefully, that's the only thing that we're waiting for. top. I think it was top.
I'm here with Dave, and Dave, you've just finished the Touring Cars Masters race for today.
Yep.
How did you go, buddy?
Yeah, good mate. Started P12, dropped a couple of spots in the start, but picked them back up during the race and finished P12.
Yeah, no,
you know, just a bit of a greasy track, a bit of rain overnight and a couple of wet spots, but yeah, all in all, pretty good race.
Excellent. So how did the car handle, mate?
Car was good. Car was really good. We had a good day yesterday with it, and we said we'll be right on the money with it today. So
yeah, perfect, mate. Yeah. And you've got about 2 more races.
Two more races tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah. No, they're the bigger ones, aren't they?
Oh no, same today. Like today was race 1, yesterday was trophy race. So yeah, race 1 today, race 2 and 3 tomorrow. So
yeah, perfect.
Hopefully we can stay where we are and win our class. You know?
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome, mate. That'd be absolutely awesome. And it's good that you're running around in this car, mate. Because this thing's wicked, and it used to be what, like you said,
it was John Bowers' old car. Yeah.
So mate,
it should be a good car.
Awesome job. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him up there a bit further in a while.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a talk. He likes talking to everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. But otherwise, mate, I wish you all the best for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, no worries.
And hopefully you do well.
Yep, thanks, mate. And hopefully everyone has a good weekend here.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate.
Thanks, mate. Good on you.
Which is good. I mean, we didn't climb up that far.
But yeah, that's what he said. He said compared to the other supercars,
Thanks for watching this week's episode, everyone. And also, don't forget to check out the website. We've got some awesome merch on there. Maybe even grab something for yourself or someone else.
And we appreciate you guys supporting us.